Hello everybody, and it is me, Twisted again, here to cast you yet more games. Once again, we're going to cast any and every game we are sent to us, so that's what we're doing, and here we are. So, without further ado, I guess here we start for the most part. We have a 1 versus 1, nice friendliness right there. Okay, we have a 1 versus 1, Zerg versus Terran, and it is FezLightning as Red Zerg over here, and then we have down here Hawk as Blue Terran. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We have a rules and regulations video. I believe 10 has posted either yesterday or recently or something like that. It's not a restriction on what you can or cannot send us. Once again, you can send us any and every game you would like, and we'll cast it. It's just some rules that we just want some people to follow regarding information they do or do not tell us when you send us the video, such as your league. Don't tell us who won ahead of time, because that does kind of spoil it for us. But yeah, I will include a link to that video in the description below if it is up by the time I release this, which it should be, I believe. So this way you all can look at that easy. You don't have to go and peruse through the channel to find it. Although you could go to the channel anyway, give us more channel views. That would be nice. That would be cool. Anyway, without further ado, the rest of the game. Nothing particularly interesting is happening right now. We just see standard opener for Hawk over here, but Zerg isn't doing anything right now. However, he does have a fast expand going down, which is a little risky because I do not believe he has scouted yet. No, he did not scout Hawk down here, which is a bit of a liability if you fast expand without finding out what your opponent is doing, because then you can discover, you know, oh, he's going early pressure or something. I won't be able to do a fast expand because then I won't have any forces out. But he is getting his drone over here now. He will be able to see. It is a standard opener, so he shouldn't worry too much. Likewise, here comes Hawk Scout. However, we see over here spawning pool is about halfway done. Getting some builders, getting orbital by Hawk over here. Drone just chilling out over here. Not doing anything. Well, now this drone will be able to get out, which does kind of suck. Yeah, it just kind of realizes, I'm kind of trapped. And doing the gas harass. This is particularly annoying for Protoss when you see this, because, you know, Protoss need gas so much, and definitely early, unless they're doing, like, nothing but zealots. But, beat them to it. But, yeah, in high-level play, I have seen people harass like this, just getting the gas, you know, and then when it's about to be destroyed, cancel it, start a new one, and it's extremely annoying for someone like Protoss who would be trying to go maybe some stalkers or something, but here it wasn't too bad. Got a bunker over here to help protect, I guess now, against these zealots, which he is aware about, or will be aware about in a second or two, as his scout is still alive. Maybe not for long, but just some idle workers. But there go some Zerglings. We see Queen is getting finished up here. There's the Queen. Immediate inject. Only one gas, which probably means going to start with mostly just Zerglings and maybe transition later if necessary. Usually you'll see, or possibly roaches, but most likely Zerglings. I know I play Zerg primarily, so I know when I play, when I'm doing Zerglings, I'll usually just get one gas. Just because all you need it for really is spawning pool, and then your attacking will buy you enough time to eventually get lair. And there's the lair. Looks like he's going for early lair in that case, and doesn't even have no metabolic boost. Yeah. So what's going down over here? Tech lab, both tech lab and reactor. So far very standard Terran, Marines, Marauders, possibly stem pack. We may see a starport go down, and then some medivacs, you know, that standard Terran bio ball. What is this? We have a spine crawler? Spine crawler? Somebody's a little worried. I'm sorry, but I always find throwing down spine crawlers like this is kind of like a paranoia moment. I know, I do it too sometimes. However, we do see Baneling Nest over here, which will be, if these Banelings come out in time to fight whatever is going to be over here. here's the stim pack. It will shred everything here. Although Marauders are not light, they still will take reasonable amounts of damage from it, and Marines will just be obliterated. There just will not be anything left. I've seen games where Baneling rolls have shown up, and then it's just annihilation of an entire army. It's just gone in seconds. That's something that took, 15 minutes to get prepared and readied for, and everything is just gone in a heartbeat. It's almost sad to watch sometimes. Infestation Pit and 2 Evolution Chambers going down, which probably means he's going for his upgrades as fast as he possibly can. See over here, this will probably become a hive soon. Maybe not. Well, no, he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have the resources yet. But when he does, he should definitely start work on those that second gas over there. Well, he's got it over here, but he might as well just get it over here, just because there's no point in just having that sit there doing nothing. What are these? Some spore callers. This guy's on top of his game right now. He's just preparing for possibilities of things that could suck later. Banshee harass, things like that. However, he has not scouted him recently, which means he should definitely be on that. Although it's forgivable. You do want to try and keep a constant scout on your enemy, and then just finding out what is he doing, because for all you know, for all FezLightning over here could know, this guy can be pumping out, some Banshees and battle cruisers for all he knows, which won't be too effectual for Zerglings. However, Hawk is coming over here trying to find out what's up. Won't, unfortunately. I don't think he really saw anything on that. Yeah, he doesn't know. All he knows is that there's an expand there, which he knew about previously, I believe. So yeah, nothing particular there. Metabolic boost almost finishing now. We see also some protective missile turrets here, which is good. Both players are aware of what could possibly happen. He's protecting himself from possibility of mutilisks or something later, which is helpful. Then we have a little engagement over here. These Marines are not doing anything right now. They were set on a waypoint or something and lost many lives to that. And he will lose this fight, stem packing them to death, trying to kill the last few. But away those Zerglings go. However, he does have a siege tank back here, and this, well, if and when it's finished, this missile turret would provide extra range. What do we see here? And a bunch of Zerglings have just died. Just pow! Done for. So we see over here these Zerglings. He could make these into Banelings right now and use those to roll up into this wall. He did wall off with supply depots on either side. Supply depots will go down faster than a bunker will. Unfortunately, I cannot see the armor of a bunker, but I do believe it has more than a supply depot. However, I am not an expert on Terrans, who do not quote me on that, so he'd be able to just bash through these and then kill the tanks on the other side. However, the Spire went down a while ago and is almost finished, about 3/4 of the way there, maybe more, which will allow him to do some air to try and take care of these siege tanks. However, he does have plenty of missile turrets and some Marines. He should have more, but reasonable enough. He is protecting himself with these siege tanks, which is kind of allowing him to get these, to allow him to kind of have these fewer Marines. However, he should definitely be getting some more barracks out. He should have 4 racks, maybe even more by now, relocating these. However, I do like this strategy of building a secondary wall in front of your primary, which is extremely helpful for protecting siege tanks and such, as well as protecting against Baneling busts, because Banelings will have to crash into this first wall where their numbers will be heavily reduced, if not completely annihilated, by the time they try and get up to this second wall. So I do like that strategy, although he has not really completed it. Maybe he is just using it as a form of funnel, which is arguably equally as effective, although I would like a complete wall. Anyway, he is getting all of these bunkers down, but Hark needs to expand. I think that's actually what he is trying to do right now. He's building all of these bunkers over here as sort of like a protective wall to help. Yeah, there we go. He's building this wall to try and protect his expand over here, which he really shouldn't be doing. He should be investing more of these resources in troops, because all the buildings and such in the world are fine, but if you have no troops to help use them, it's effectively useless. As you know, there's 2 Marines, here's 2 more Marines, there's another 2 Marines, here's some more Marines he could have out right now. This could be, you know, equivalent of, you know, some siege tanks or something he could have here. He just needs some more units. He's getting a Viking out. He does have a nice mixed force, though, which will make an immediate counter difficult, but although I see a lack of mobile detection right now, although he does have missile turrets, which will save him for the most part from the possibility of these infestors right now doing some sneaky stuff, sneaking into the mineral line and whatnot. But I believe these are probably going to be used more in a combat role and less of a harass role. We see Overlord speed going down. Get these Overlords out and scouting and move about, or maybe even doing drops. We see some roaches. We got some Zerglings. Everybody's got a nice mixed force. This will come down to really a micro battle, which I would love to see. Micro battles are always so much fun to watch. Just everybody moving their units around and everything. He's getting some more units in these bunkers. Over here, he's resetting up these bunkers and such. He does need to be producing more troops, turning this into a command center. He is very worried about losing that, which he should be, rightfully so, because Zerg is now running mining 3 base against a Terran 2 base. He should be Terran should actually be looking to try and expand again right now. Should have gone for about a double expand. Definitely, maybe even investing this, or investing some resources in grabbing this here, killing off that Overlord. However, there is a huge supply difference right now. We have an 85 supply Terran to a 160 supply Zerg, and it looks like Zerg may be looking to move out soon. We have some Banelings over here looking to maybe bust through a wall or two. However, Zerg is not aware of this. However, we do see some pretty good creep spread, which is very important. Especially lower league players heavily underestimate the effectiveness of the benefits of creep. Just outside of just the faster movement speed, it just gives you line of sight everywhere. Looks like he's rallying his points here, his units here, so Zerg will be able to, is probably going to launch an attack soon. We see 20 more Banelings on the way, or maybe not 20, a few more Banelings on the way, at least. I think that tells me the total collective amount. Is he getting a second hive, or no, he's only now getting his hive. It's quite a while. Yeah. However, we have what looks like about to be a drop in some harass over here, which will be disastrous for Zerg, because Zerg has no forces down over in this area save for a small handful. Yes, he has no troops down here right now. He's sending back some roaches. However, he is doing the smart thing and making an attack. He will be able to produce units in his building, so now there's a two-way combat, finding all of these infestors are running in and just died. Banelings are flooding in, killed that siege tank, almost got that other siege tank, doing sufficient damage here, able to push his way through here, but these siege tanks are shredding his troops. Over here we have the remainder of this fight is being beaten down now by these infestors, by these roaches over here. The remainder of this fight is happening over here, but against all of these marauders. He should be moving more of these troops in. There we go. And this attack has dropped as a dud. Over here we have the remnants of this assault. He never moved in those Vikings. He could have been using those Vikings right now to deal with overlords flying, flying around. Just these two Vikings. He has no anti-air, really, right now, so he will not be able to really effectively deal with that. Got a spore crawler. He just has a spore crawler over here, but that's not really enough. He's using most of these as an escort, but he could go around and supply block Zerg, killing off all of these overlords, which is detrimental to Zerg, because that means Zerg will be spending all of his larva and resources on just being able to have the ability to build an army and not building an army, especially with these lovely clusters of overlords just standing here waiting to be shot. Although he does have the speed upgrade, which will allow him to try and evacuate as many as he can, not before he loses a few. We see over here Terran needs some more production facilities. He's got one factory, he's got pretty much one of everything, and he needs more. He needs some more racks, some more factories. I think he's fine on starports, maybe two starports, maybe a little better. He needs to get an SCV or a mule over there to fix up that tank. 4 life will not do it very well. So fixing up that tank would be nice, and yet again investing more resources in bunkers, which is not what he needs to be doing right now. He needs to be expanding again. Zerg is just completely out macroing him right now in supply, pretty much in everything except gas. Does he even have that second gas? Yes, he does now have that second gas on his natural now. Pumping out lots of roaches right now, getting Galil reconstitution. Does he have Tunneling Claw? Tunneling Claws will be on the way. He already has Burrow, which is nice. However, Terran is looking out to make some payback on that initial assault. Moving out his forces. Needs to get these guys back a little bit more. Tell them to follow someone in here so this way they don't fly ahead too much. I have seen fights where the medivacs have flown directly into combat and all died before the units even got there. Looks like Terran is looking around for some troops, for some expands to kill, and I believe Zerg is aware of this, so he's moving to intercept right now. And this will be quite a fight right now, although it looks like Terran will probably lose this. There are just so many roaches here. It's just pretty much a slaughter fest. Losing very little. Actually, I don't even think he's lost anything yet. Maybe, probably lost like 2, maybe 3 things there. This is always just kind of funny, just the mutual, hey, how's it going over here, because no one can shoot at each other. Although, seeing this air, Zerg should respond with a few Hydralisks. He does have some Mutalisks somewhere. There we go, he's got some Corruptors. I haven't seen the Mutalisks move in yet, as far as I'm aware. I may have missed it, but, they're somewhere. There are Mutalisks somewhere, I know. There's a few here and there. Using those to deal with the medivacs and whatnot. I prefer Hydralisks over Mutalisks, but that's just me. Needs to fix that poor siege tank sitting on 4 life. What's happening? And over here we have the swarm of roaches coming in. Needs to move around these roaches, maybe burrow them. There we go, burrow them. He needs to move in. Tunneling Claws is not done yet, although, which is an issue, which means he cannot move and is losing more units to it. Although right now it doesn't matter so much because he just has so many. Yeah, he needs to get these roaches over here to kill. There we go, there's that siege tank gone down right quick. Although he is losing many roaches right now to this cannon fire over here. Needs to get them out of there. There we go. Avoiding that planetary fortress. See over here, more upgrades. Almost have max damage roaches, which are quite powerful. Again, needs to, Hawk needs to expand for sure, definitely. Is running on. He needs to get his another gas over here. What is with people in this game and not getting complete gas for a while? Jesus. But anyway, so yeah, he just completely mined out pretty much now his first base. He has mined out his first base by now. Needs to be looking to expand again, get some more units. There we go, looking to start and expand. However, it won't really matter. He needs to cancel these. There we go. Needs to cancel that missile turret. And I believe that... Nah, I don't think that was a cancel. There we go, and these Vikings will lose to all of these Mutalisks. Vikings are already bad enough against Mutalisks, let alone when they are outnumbered. And here comes another assault. Again, Zerg just taking advantage of the complete out macro he has. 4 base versus 2 base, just walking right up and just dealing with these siege tanks right now. Finish them off. Here come all of these Mutalisks are now finally engaged, killing off these medivacs. And then it's just, yeah, these Mutalisks will be able to deal with these with this expand over here just fine because the planetary fortress cannot figure out a way to look up. And that was it. Unfortunately, no GG, which is sort of disappointing, but alright nonetheless. So Hawk did lose, and at least he was smart enough to realize, yes, he had lost. There are many games where people will turn sour, and then they'll start making command centers or whatever, and fly them off into corners of maps, and like especially maps like this where there's just big open areas of nothing in some areas. I don't even want to know what that thing's doing over there. But and then they'll just hide them and be annoying. And there's another one. You know, it'd be cool to see something like these things in the Terran. You know, it's like the upgraded version of the Thor shows up and just be like, hey, I'm gonna kill you now. Enjoy. That'll be awesome. But anyway, that was a very good game, played well by both sides, although Hawk lost because he didn't have enough production facilities to start with, and then expanded late, and then could never get up a second expand, although it is understandable why he could not really get up a second expand, because he didn't have any production facilities, and he was being heavily out-macroed by Zerg over here. That little drop he performed over here, which was moderately effective, could have been done elsewhere. First, pretty much done like a big L sweep across the map here, looking for any expands, because the farthest expands away from this cluster will be the hardest to defend. Just drop over here, kill off all the workers, pick up, fly away to the next one. Drop down, kill all the workers, pick up, fly away. I mean, eventually, yes, of course, the drop would be killed off, but would have been able to be very successful in holding down Zerg from taking advantage of the macro he had. But over here we see just, you know, had some corruptors. He was just starting to fly out almost every unit Zerg has to offer. But once again, nice game, played well by both sides. So if you would like your game casted, it can be any game length, any amount of people, any play, any league, anything. Pretty much, if it was a game played in StarCraft 2 and you have the replay, you can send it to us at getgamescasted@gmail.com. Once again, do not send them to the YouTube email thing. I'm going to say this a bunch of times until eventually people stop doing it, because then it gets lost in all the comment updates, and then we will never find it. We cast them chronologically, so based on whoever sends it to us first. Right now our inbox is actually very full. A lot of people have been sending in games, but sending in multiple games, which is nice to see the amount of feedback we're getting from everyone, but at the same time that is a lot of videos to cast. We have like 30 something to do between two guys, which is a lot. So we're trying to cast out as many of these as we possibly can. So, but we thank you all for your the support and everything you have. Once again, just one reminder for anyone who is either coming here or is new here, we do have now the rules and regulations video up on the channel, or at least I believe we do, or should be at least, or else 10 to 10 is going to get a swift kick in the teeth for that one. But anyway, that's it, and I thank you all for coming here, and see you all next time.